Okay, so the next problem in the lead code we are solving is find the pivot index. Okay, so basically here we'll be given the list of numbers. Okay, so we'll have to find out a pivot index. What does it mean is, so there is a pivot index is an index. Okay, let's say that this is a pivot index. Okay, so the numbers left to it, okay, and numbers right to it. Okay, like if you take a sum of it, it both should be equal. Okay, that is nothing but a pivot index. Okay, this is the pivot index. Okay, let's say for time being, let's assume that, okay, for exactly to be frank, let's say this is the pivot index. Okay, so take the sum of it. 5 plus 6 is 11, and here also 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 1 is 11, right? So both the sum are left sum and right sum are equal, so this is the pivot index. That's what we are trying to find here. Okay, similarly we can take an example of this, but here there is no pivot index. We'll have to return -1 in that case. Okay, and also there is a condition that it can also be pivot index, can also be at the edge. So what does it mean is, let's say that this is a pivot index here. Why? Because the right index, right, let's say that some this is the pivot index. Okay, what is the right sum? Right sum is 0, correct? And also it is being assumed that whatever the sum initially it is a 0, right? Like there is nothing, so sum will be 0. Okay, left sum is 0, and also it is contributing, right sum is also contributing to 0. It means that this is like, I mean, our pivot index is at the corner. Okay, so these are the basically the conditions that we need to be keep in mind while solving this. Okay, so now coming to the problem, right, like how we can approach this. So uh like, I mean, before jumping onto this, like once one thing that we need to understand here is, so let's say that this is the right, if you take it sum of it, like how we can divide it is, let's say that this is the pivot, right? So this is the left sum, correct, and this is the right sum, correct, and this is the pivot, we can say that some number. Okay, so now if we contribute, if we add it all together, it will give us a total sum, correct? So now let's say that we'll assume, we'll try out all the combinations. Okay, we'll assume that pivot index starts here. What if pivot index starts here? Obviously left sum will be 0, correct? And is it true or not? Okay, so we are assuming in that formula, let's say that total is equal to, so the formula would be something like total is equal to left plus pivot value plus right, correct? This is the formula. Okay, so now what we're trying to do is, we know the total, correct? If we take a sum of it, we know what is total, and let's assume that pivot index will be the starting of the list. Okay, starting of the list, we'll say that is the, that is there, and left, obviously when we say that pivot is at the starting, left will be 0, correct? Left sum is, there is nothing, left sum will be 0. We don't know what is right. So what we'll do is, we'll try to find out the right sum by subtracting it. How do we get the right sum? By just by shifting left and pivot to here, right? Right is nothing but equal to total sum minus left sum plus num, whatever the pivot element is there, right? That is it. So now what we'll do is, so we have made an assumption left sum is equal to 0, obviously when we are iterating. So for each pivot element, we try to see if the left sum will match to the right sum or not. Okay, so what we'll do is, we'll iterate through each number. We'll assume that this is a pivot. So what will be the left sum? So we know what is we know the total sum. Okay, so total sum minus left sum plus whatever that is num, like, or else we can just simply say total sum minus left sum minus num. Okay, we'll be subtracting both of this. Okay, to get the right sum, what we'll have to do, this is the total sum, I will be subtracting the pivot first, and then also we should be subtracting the left sum, which is 0. Okay, so okay, now we got a right sum. Okay, now how to validate if this is a pivot element? Like we know it should be a pivot element only when left sum is equal to right sum, right? We'll be checking that if left sum is equal to right sum. If that is the case, we'll be returning that index. Okay, if not, that is not the case, it means that pivot index is not this one. It might be somewhere in the next one. So what we'll do is, we'll go to the next element. Okay, next element in the list. We'll do the same thing. So let's say that our pivot element is 7 now. We are assuming it. Okay, left sum will obviously be 1. We already incremented our sum, right, to the left one. So left sum will be 1. Then we'll check the sum. Okay, obviously we'll get the right sum when we know the pivot. When we know the left sum, we can also get the right sum. Okay, we'll do the again comparison. If the left sum is equal to right sum, no, obviously no. So we don't do that. We'll just increment the left sum. So okay, in the, this will be the keep on repeating. At some point in time, what will happen? So this will be the left sum will be like 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 1 will be 11, correct? And the left one will be 11, and we'll set some point, we'll consider pivot element as 6. Okay, so when we do that, we know that left sum is 11 so far. Okay, and then we'll identify, based on that, we'll identify the right sum also, because we it's like total minus this one, we got this 11. So in this case, what happens? So right sum is actually equal to the left sum, right? So in this condition we got to know that there is a pivot element that exists, so we can return this. Okay, that's what we are doing, return I. If we run into, like, I mean, if we iterate through all the pivot index, like if we tried all the possibilities, but if we still didn't reach the if we still didn't get the number, right, like if we didn't find the pivot index, we'll just return a -1. That's it. Thanks. So one more thing is, like, one only thing that we need to keep in mind is that logic, like, I mean, total sum is equal to left sum plus right sum plus num, right? So we'll be just trying out all the pivot index possibilities. So first we'll start with iterating everyone. Okay, like we'll consider num, and we know that what will be the left sum at that point in time. So if that is not a pivot index, what will be the pivot index next? So we'll just go through it and we'll set the left sum and do the calculation. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.